I do. You might not know where you're going, but I do. And all those times you wasn't chosen, well, I make it up to you. All of the feelings you're not showing, and your river's overflowing. It's the truth, so do you. I do. Oh! And all that you are, I do. Sing like stars in noon. Ooh! Reflection of the very moon, I do. Excuse me, I dropped a card. Crisscross applesauce. I feel like this is about self-love, collective. As the incense went out, I was gonna keep it on. That's why I put it next to me. This is about self-love. A love that one is trying to reach but cannot reach. Ooh, we have the star. The star has been a theme in my readings. I've been tapping in very meticulously, and the star has been a theme. And what I'm getting from the star 222 collective is a lot of us in the collective are in this process of deep spiritual healing. Good news. But what comes with deep spiritual healing is a lot of raw feelings. And when I was singing, I felt emotional. I was getting the feelings of emotion, like somebody being very emotional. I feel that the star also comes with a lot of reassessing our mind. It's frustrating. Getting some more themes, if there are still more here. I do. And that song has been coming up for me as well. Ooh, it's like my voice got a little shaky. I do. Yeah, this feeling of like somebody trying to reach out to another. We have the Emperor, but it's almost like they can't get to them fast enough because of what one is dealing with in the process of healing. And let's get into some more themes if there is more. Spirit, I ask my wise angels to guide me always with insights, wisdom, compassion, genuine authenticity. We want to remember that at this time we are spiritual first, before flesh. we forget this. How we are using our eyes. What are we looking at? Where are we putting our focus? As I found these glasses on the floor yesterday on my walk. These are actually my first time wearing it and trying it on. I put it over there because I put it by the sink because I washed it. What are we looking at? Where are we putting our focus? That sometimes, thank you, Spirit, sometimes we don't realize that where we are in our mind isn't actually where we're putting our focus, is what I'm getting here. Because what I'm getting is like, whatever one sees that is attractive, that's what they think they are. But as soon as they start behaving, that in itself shows where their focus is at. You may say that you are this and you are that, but as soon as one starts behaving and as soon as one starts taking actions, in their behaviors and in their actions shows where they are with their focus. It's not exactly what they think it is. Where they may be with their behavior and their actions may not be aligned in where they are with their mind. Perhaps we are forgetting that we are spiritual first before flesh. And sometimes we forget that the body, our flesh, is something to cling on to. That's all there is to us. We forget to ask ourselves, where am I? Who am I? What am I looking at? Where is my focus? Who have I become? Where have I been with myself? It is about the self. This is about self-love. This is about gaining self-love. This is about knowing who you are in love. And I'm following the rhythm here as we go. Do you see you? You see others, and you see others for who they are, for what they do and how they do it, in every which way possible they're doing it in. But do you see you? When they say, where we put our focus, that grows, correct? Wherever we put our focus, it very much grows. So in this case, what are we looking at? Where is our eye? What is our eye focusing on? There's a lot of warfare here, psychologically. We may not, whatever it is that's sitting in our mind, we may not think we may not know that that's actually what it really is, because of where our focus is at. And you've gotten accustomed to really seeing it in that way and not changing that and never changing that. So like, one is having a lot of mind battles. Losing stability and even losing control. We're not really seeing things for what they truly are, but we think, and what we think it is what it actually is, but it really isn't. Because what I'm getting here is like, what you are thinking is exactly what you're projecting out there. So what you may think about another may not be all of it, because you see them right here, right now, right? And you think that that's all there is to them. But come to find out that there is more to them that we know. Ooh, and then going into depth. Exactly. This is psychological warfare. We've come to really know ourselves to be flesh first before us being spiritual. But if we really think about this and really sit with it in introspection, that we are spiritual first before flesh, and we forget this. And this may be the reason why our focus is where we think it is, but it's not. It's all of the flesh. Does that make sense? What we see is what we think it actually is, but what we see may not be all of it. Which, this is amazing, which falls into self-love again. We start to realize that we are more than just the flesh. I'm following the rhythm here. That may be also the reason why somebody is trying to reach out to another with the love they think they have. But now they're like second guessing, is this even love? What is even love? This is the warfare that we are all battling with deep within, in our mind, in our body, in spirit. Evolution, not revolution. Life is a long journey, but you will not travel on your own. Make plans for the short, medium, and long terms. Ensure that the plans flow into each other like a stream into a river and on into the ocean. Get the process right and the rewards will flow. Sun Tzu said, in respect of military method, we have, firstly, measurement. Secondly, estimation of quantity. Thirdly, calculation. Fourthly, balancing of chances. And fifthly, victory. Measurements owes its existence to earth. Estimation of quantity to measurement. Calculation to estimation of quantity. Balancing of chances to calculation, and victory to balancing of chances. As I read this, I'm getting there is no fruit of the Spirit if we do not take our time in the process of it all. Get the process right and the rewards will flow. I feel what I'm getting here is like we're getting into a pace where this is coming in pretty fast. Slowly, please. Right. 8 of Wands. We're getting into this pace where we're being pushed to go faster. And so we lose our stability and our flow. And then missing out on the little tiniest details that produces good fruit. Self-love. I keep falling back to self-love. We're trying to reach to somebody, to a thing. We're trying to get a hold of something or somebody, but it's like we can't get there fast enough. And also what I'm getting here is like we're maybe trying to get there so fast that the faster you go, the more distance you're creating. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense here. Yeah, the faster you're trying to get to somebody or the faster you're trying to get to something, the more distance you're creating. When you're steady and you're slow, steady and slow wins the race. Am I saying that correctly? It's like we're being it's all mind battles. Evolution, not revolution. What I'm getting here is like we're creating drama, we're creating a mess, we're creating instability, we're creating the unnecessary. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. For some, you could be having a moment right now where you feel like you're going from a positive mindset and then you're shifting to a negative, and then you're coming back to a positive mindset and then you're shifting back to negative mindset. A positive outlook is great, but it is also important to prepare for problems that might occur along the way. Sometimes you find yourself caught up in a difficult situation. If it is not worth fighting, back out. I feel like that's a heavy significance here. Because we're creating something out of nothing, just to create something. because where one is at in their mind. If it's not worth fighting, back out. If it is, prepare well. Come up with a game plan. List your opponent's possible actions of your opponent and plan your counter moves. And when you've done that, you will be bulletproof. Sun Tzu said, in war, the victorious strategist only seeks battle after the victory has been won, whereas he who is destined to defeat first fights and afterwards looks for victory. We're creating it in our own mind, wherever we may be in our mind. You see, it's our mind that we're battling with. It's our mind that keeps distracting us, creating dramas, creating problems that was not there to begin with, but we're creating it ourselves, and then leading us to something. And then it grows from there. Exactly what I said when I said about where we put our focus, that grows. And so I suppose in this case, the focus should be on the self. That if you want something to grow, it might as well be directed towards yourself. Because if your focus is in yourself, you're just going to keep growing. Yourself will just keep growing. Why look to, I'm following the rhythm, okay? Why look to the external and putting the focus on the external when you can go within and put the focus on yourself, and then that grows. Tell us more in details, Spirit. When I was, and I feel the need to bring this up, when I was going through anxiety, you know, and I remember there were days where I couldn't keep my mind calm enough. And I believe, collective, this is how I have become so calm that sometimes I question myself, like, why are you, like, you're so calm, right? You're so calm. But that comes from a place of anxiety. That my calmness today came from a place and is rooted from a place where I didn't have so much calmness. I had to gain that back for myself on my own. Do you know how hard that was for me? At the same time, you had people on the outside attacking you for no reason, coming at you a certain way, bullying you whenever they wanted to bully you. That added more and added more onto my anxiety. Then later on, I developed a mini PTSD, and I didn't even know I had mini PTSD. And it came from bullying. It came from the people outside of me that were constantly trying to come after me because they had reasons to come after me. And that was the reason why I developed mini PTSD, anxiety. And I had like anxiety took over my body so much that my hands were shaking and I couldn't keep them steady. And I used to paint a lot. I love to paint, and it would get to a point where I couldn't even hold the paintbrush steady enough, and I would get so mad at myself and get frustrated. My calmness today and the calmness that I gained today came from a place where I didn't have so much calmness. That when I put my focus on staying calm and letting everything else fall out around me, the focus comes right back to you. That was one of the inner work that I had to cultivate back and gain back for myself. I'm getting that we depend so much on what's happening in the external that we don't even know and have become so unaware of what's happening in our inner world. One of them is self-love. And I feel like that's what we're fighting for. 7 of Wands. Defending, fighting. In this case, it's more of like defending one's honor, defending one's love for something, for somebody. 7 of Wands tells me that this is what I have gained and accumulated for myself. So why are you taking it away from me? Something like that. So I suppose behind this fence that this person created, like over time, he created that fence because people try to get in it. And he had to eventually create that fence, right? Him being behind it now because there's been too many warfare. There's been too many people trying to get in the way of him. And now it's gotten to a point where now he's holding a wand in his hands. And if you even try to get in the way of where I'm trying to go or of the things that I love, the things that I'm fighting for, if you ever even step a foot, you might just see something very ugly. You know, perhaps this is what somebody is preparing themselves for. Because they just feel like something's coming up. You know, when something good is happening to you in your life and you're finally feeling really great about yourself, this feeling, this strong feeling that you're getting, like, I gotta prepare myself. Exactly. Because you just never know what will come to you, who's gonna come at you. Because they know, it's like they sense they sense that you're happy, they sense that you're feeling good about yourself, and you're finally feeling really good about yourself. You're finally feeling really confident about where you are in your life. And it's like you have to prepare yourself for the worst. Because when there is really good, there's also really bad. Right? It's like there's the opposite. When there's something really good happening in your life, it's like all of a sudden you feel like something bad is about to happen to you. That's what you're defending. And for some, you're defending something about yourself that you created in the first place. And you're actually not defending anything here. What you're defending is the ego that you projected onto somebody else because that person triggered you somehow. What you're actually defending is the ego and the pride that you presented to that person. And because now you're seeing that person for who they are, and they are not exactly what you thought they were, what you're defending is your ego. What you're defending is the ego and pride that you put up and presented to them. But what are you defending for? Like, what are you defending? You're defending your ego. So now it's like you're having to fight with yourself about it. It's a fight for love. It's a fight for justice. It's a fight for what you've endured. It's a fight for what you worked for. It's a fight for the love of your life. It's the fight for defending oneself, defending yourself from something that you want to have, but you can't have because there are others around you outside of that fence trying to get in the way of you. I'm getting it's inevitable. It's inevitable that when there is good, there's always the bad. I'm going to come back to this card again. To prepare for the worst. But I'm also getting like, it doesn't mean you can't sit with your victory, that if you are in this season of having that victory, it doesn't mean you can't sit with that victory and you can't have that celebratory moment. Like, you can still have that celebratory moment, but know to be aware. And it comes with so much more awareness. Prepare yourself. Ooh, we have judgment. For some, this is your justice, the Empress. I'm hearing that our divine feminines is on a rise. And they're coming out with fire. Our divine feminines. Whatever situation, circumstance our divine feminines is in, they're going to fight for it. And you better get the fuck out of the way because you're going to hear something from them that you may not like. Okay, I'm going to say this. Do you know how long our divine feminines have endured? Do you know how long and how much they have endured? So in this season, if you come up against a divine feminine and you come across a divine feminine and you even try to get in the way of them, fire will come out of them. You will see somebody's wrath. Because do you know what a divine feminine and have been, what a divine feminine's been fighting for? It will come out of them like lava. You can't try to correct a divine feminine when they know. Especially when they're highly intuitive and they see right through your bullshit. You can't try to fight, even defend yourself against a divine feminine because they know. So even if you try to even go up against a divine feminine, you will hear from them and fire will come out of them. It's inevitable. Didn't I say that earlier about inevitability? It's inevitable. It's just something that's just gonna come out of one because it's about damn time. They've had enough. I'm done. I'm fed up. One's empathy has run dry. I've given you too much empathy. A divine feminine says, I've given you too much empathy. And you've crossed me. And now what you will see coming out of me is something that you may not like. It's like I'm not here to be nice anymore, but I'm here for fairness and standing grounded in my stability. I refuse to let anybody get in the way of what I'm trying to grab hold of. I refuse distractions. I refuse interference. I refuse anybody who tries to get in the way of what I've worked for. My dreams, in this case. It comes from a very humble place where one was in. It's a humble beginnings. Okay? Stepping into a place where if you try to even mess with what one had worked on, fire will come out of one and you will not like it. Because it's like one has had, they've been holding on to so much patience. They've been too kind, too nice to somebody. And if you cross them, you will hear from them. You will see their wrath. In the mighty name of Jesus. If anybody is trying to get in the way of me or me in the Lord, remove them. Jesus, remove them. And then the people who are being removed, I dropped a card again. I'm just so comfortable in my seat. The people who are being removed, they're trying to reach the person, the thing, the place. They're being pushed away, but they're like they're like walking towards it. But in this case, I suppose it requires a lot of self-love in one. Excuse me. If you're trying to go towards something, do you even know why you're going after it? Okay? If you're trying to go after somebody, ask yourself who they really are to you. That you're trying in all your might to try to get to them, but why? Do you even have a good reason? A friend loves at all times. Are you a good friend? Have you been a good friend to them? With God, all things are possible. I think for some, you've come to a point where you've been so patient with yourself. This was the work you've been in. this is the work that you've been focusing in, and that kept growing, and now you're in a position now today, you're in a place today where you're over here like, I didn't even know how I got here. Because you've been so diligently obeying your Lord, while everyone else is trying to shake your ground, that people feel really bad about today. Because they thought when they were still in your life, they perceived you to be somebody you're not. And they're realizing now today that they're completely wrong. They made a mistake. And some of these people want to come back and step in and try to prove something. Be careful with that. And be still and know that I am God. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next.